feet width apart. Arms down, bringing your back into plank, and we're just going to hold the plank here nice and tight. And as you can see, I'm not not sort of extending my back, not going into dog. It's just nice and stable, and I'm focusing on a point, breathing through, relaxing my shoulders, and then inhaling, dropping down, elbows in towards the side body, releasing my body, and then coming up into cobra. Now, you would have done your mobility and sun salutations before this anyway, and then exhale down, untucking your toes, tucking your toes, and then coming up into downward dog. Exhaling down, coming into a tabletop position. And we're just going to do some flexion and extension of the spine, but engaging our core muscles. So on the inhale, bring your stomach down towards the floor with your tailbone tucked out, poking out, and your gaze up above. On the exhale, bring the round up the back, bring the shoulders up towards the sky, and then your core in towards your spine. Inhaling into cow pose, looking up, and then exhaling up into your cat pose. Once again, inhaling down, really warming up core muscles, and then exhaling up. And then inhaling, coming to neutral. And then what we're going to do, sorry, I should adjust back. You sort of should be in the center of your mat here. And then you're just going to come forward several inches with your hands. And then you're just going to exhale, bringing your chest down towards the ground, resting your chin on the mat. Now, what we've got to be careful of is that you're not going too far back, because that's child's pose. So you're coming into a puppy dog pose here, and it's a good sort of stretch of the stomach, equally opening up your chest, staying here nice and strong. Breathing 5, and then coming up back into tabletop. And we're just going to round up our spine into cat pose, just counteract that pose you've just done. And then come down to neutral, hands out again. And then we're just going to release our body down towards the ground once again in puppy dog pose. And then rising your body up again, bringing your hands back just slightly, and then we're going to inhale, raise the left hand up, so you're raising it up towards the sky, and then you're going to bend the elbow and thread your arm through the other arm, and you're going to come into the needle, thread the needle pose. So you're relaxing your shoulder down, and then you can bind and bring your other hand around to touch your thigh, which is opening up your chest. Having a couple of moments here, and then dropping your hand down, coming back up into our tabletop, and then inhale your right hand up, raising it right up so you're showing your chest. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhale. Drop your body down, threading nicely through, making sure the right shoulder's on the ground, and then you can bind behind you. Looking up, really feeling this in the shoulders and engaging the core as well. And then we're going to come back round, planting our palms down just in front of us, tucking the toes up and then heading up, bringing your hips high into our downward dog. Relaxing your head down. And then we're going to raise the left leg up. Make sure you're holding it into three-legged dog, holding, really engaging the core. Bend at the knees, and then we're going to bring your knee all the way through, holding it at the front. Inhale up into three-legged dog, and then exhale down, holding. Inhale up, exhale down, holding. I'm going to do this 2 more times. Inhale up, and then exhale. Last one. Inhale up, and then exhale down. Just holding, and then push back into downward dog. Breathing. If you have to, if you need to, just come down into child's pose. If you have to rest, it's not a problem, or you can rest up in our tabletop pose. It's entirely up to you. Okay, just tucking my shirt in, and then coming up into downward dog again. So releasing your hips, raising them nice and high. And this time we're going to bring the right leg up, bending at the elbows, and then coming into a plank pose, knee toward the chest and just holding. And then raising it up again, bending at the knee, coming all the way through to your chest. Once again, bending up, bringing your knee in towards the chest, and then once again back up, knee towards the chest, and then just relax down into our tabletop pose. Now, if your wrists are hurting slightly, just sit back, doing a bit of wrist therapy. I know, because sometimes it does hurt, but what you can do to stop this from hurting is really kind of digging in your tips of your fingers into the mat, and what it does, it takes pressure off the wrists. Okay, so we're coming into our tabletop pose. And then what we're going to do is inhale up, bring your right leg up, take it round out to the right, and you can, if you want, extend your leg out, or you can have it bent. So in fire hydrant, it's up to you. And all we're going to do is dip and raise our leg to the side, really engaging the core. But this is also working your butt cheeks, okay, and your thighs, so your gluteus minimus and medius. Okay, and then we're going to bring the leg round to the side and just raise up, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then bring it down. Inhale once again. Bring your knee towards the chest, out to the side. And we're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can go up to 10 if you really want to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring your knee back down to the mat, tuck your toes in, and we're going to go up to our downward dog. And then come up on your toes, stepping forward into a half forward fold, full forward fold, and then coming up vertebrae by vertebrae. Nice and easy into extended mountain pose. And what we're going to do is bring our hands together, and on the exhale, just go into a nice little back bend. Breathe in evenly. And then raise your torso up. Exhale, hands to heart center. And now into our Tadasana. So I would like you to take all your balance on the left foot. Focus on a point. Feel all your feet ground into the floor. Grab hold of your right foot, right ankle. Put it onto your left knee. And then come into our eagle prep. Really engage the core now. Sit back. Just work in your bum cheeks and your core and your leg muscles. Breathing, focusing. And then what we're going to do is, as you inhale, bring your body up. Release your leg without touching the floor. Come into our warrior 3. So we are moving our body down, moving our leg up. And then we're going to go into airplane mode. So it's hands out to the sides. And then we're going to look at a point on the ground. Putting a micro bend in the knee if you need to. And then coming back into our high lunge position. Coming back into our high lunge position. And then as we exhale, come down, bring your palms down, and bring your body back into a plank, moving through a vinyasa. So exhale down, inhale up into up dog or cobra, and then exhale back into downward dog. Inhale, bring your left leg up, bend at the knee, bring it all the way through, coming up into a high lunge, and then exhale down, bringing your foot back into our downward dog. Then inhale, bring your right leg up, bend it at the knee, stacking it up forward, and then coming up into a high lunge again. And then exhale down, bring your foot to the front into a half forward fold. Exhale, full forward fold. And then coming up vertebrae by vertebrae, nice and high, nice and easy. Bring our hands together, exhale, back bend. Then up, hands to heart center. This time, your right foot is on the mat, focusing on a point. Getting hold of your left ankle, putting it onto your knee. So use the left hand to put on the right ankle. Oh dear, it's not happening today. Then coming into our eagle prep. Sometimes you're just off balance because your brain starts thinking something else. And all you've got to do is follow your breath, come back into balance. And then we're going to release, see what I mean? And then bring your leg back into our warrior 3. Staying strong, engaging the core, engaging your leg muscles. Another couple of breaths. And then slowly step back into our high lunge. And as you exhale, come down, plant your palms down and come back into downward dog. Then roll up the spine into our chaturanga. Inhale up into our cobra or up dog. Tucking the toes under, coming up once again into our downward dog. This time we're going to go through a warrior sequence. So inhale, left leg up, bend at the knee, bring it all the way through into our warrior 1. Inhale up, warrior 2. Inhale as you exhale, coming into our reverse warrior. Inhale up, warrior 2. And then come down, back into downward dog. Inhale, bring the right leg up, bending at the knee, stepping through, stacking at the front, coming up into our warrior 1. Inhale as you exhale, warrior 2. Then inhale as you exhale, sweep your arm back to the rear, into our extended warrior or reverse warrior even, and then up, inhale, exhale, warrior 2, and then bring yourself back down into our downward dog for a couple of breaths, and then we're going to bring our knees down to the sides of the mat, big toes together, and then dropping back into an extended child's pose. Breathe in here. Taking some breaths. And then on your next exhale, just raise your body nice and slowly into our bolt pose. And then we're going to cross our legs and come back into our staff pose. So staff pose, making sure the sitting bones are on the mat, so you're just getting the fleshy parts of your bum out the way. Engaging your thighs, bring your hands down by the sides, shoulders back and down. Just going to stay here for a couple of seconds, for a couple of breaths, and then we're going to plant our palms down, bring our body forward, and we're going to go into, so you might want to support yourself to the rear by putting your palms down, bringing your legs up, and all we're going to do is a couple of yogic cycles. Okay, so we're really engaging the core here. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Okay. We're going to do 5 on each. Okay, then we're just going to sit up slightly so you're balancing on your bum. Raise our hands up. You can either carry on with the support behind you or bring your hands to the side, making sure your shoulders are back and relaxed. Your spine is lengthened and you're not rounding at the back. It's sitting up nice and straight. You can also Put your legs straight if you can. If you can't, that's okay. Or just come down. And then bring your hands back down. And once again, some yogic bicycles. You should really be feeling it now. Okay. And then once again, back up into boat pose or half boat pose. Couple more breaths and then release to the ground. Bring your bum now towards your foot and lower yourself down. All we're going to do now is plant your palms down onto your mat by the side of your hips, and then we're just going to raise our torso, our hips up towards the sky in our bridge pose. Now you can, if you want, interlock your fingers underneath and bring your shoulders together so you're raising yourself even further. And if you want to go one more, you can do some leg lifts. It's up to you, however strong you feel. I'm really feeling this in the lower back. Rising your core up and then just release to the ground. Release to the ground and come into a seated position nice and slowly. And what we're going to do now is we're going to stay as you are, but I'm going to show you this way. So we're going to go into cow face pose. So a good way of coming into cow face pose actually is just lifting your right leg up and bringing it around over the left leg. So you've got both your feet here now. You might want to move onto the mat and then you bring yourself back into a seated position. Okay, then you inhale up and you turn, you rotate towards the left hand side, bringing your outer elbow to your outer thighs. And this is half Lord of the Fishes. Really getting that rotation in your back, in your spine. Okay. And then a good way to do this is bring yourself back round. We're going to come out of it. So bring your legs out to the front and then cross them over the other way. So now your legs are the opposite way. Okay. And many people get confused with this one. So I try and sort of teach it as simple as possible. Okay. Breathe in on the in-breath, inhale, lengthen, exhale, rotate round further. And then I'm just going to release your body first and bring your legs out in front of you. And all we're going to do is come down into a supine position. Raise your legs up in the air. Bring your hands out to the side and just let them float in the air. Relaxing. This is great because we're bringing the blood back down. And relaxing. You can keep your legs up as long as you like, but just put a bend in and now release your legs to the mat into our Shavasana. Now we're just going to relax. Allowing all the tension, just release. relaxing your mind, relaxing your body, relaxing your shoulders, your hips, your knees, your lower back to the ground. And if your lower back's quite up, you might want to just bring your knees up so your lower back just sits on the ground nicely. Or you could put something under your knees because sometimes it's uncomfortable. You just want to relax. You can place something like a yoga mat under your knees. And then move over to your right. When you're ready, you can lay here as long as you want. I'm just going to come up and say a goodbye and just say thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and it's a great core workout, and you've got some cardio in there as well. I wish you a good day, and thank yourself for coming to your mat today. Namaste.